Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear the loud whirring sound in the background. That's my old Xbox 360. Very loud compared to my new Xbox One. However, here we go. What we're going to be doing during this is, that kind of is split up, isn't it? So let's hurry and fix that. Let's fix the teams. The generation is now split up for the biggest reason that they, I think they do better when they're apart, right? I think so. Kofi came back, but I'm not quite sure if I want him to stay back, but it makes the most sense, right? So, I guess we gotta bring him back in. I guess, let's bring Kofi back in. I don't know why Kofi came back, but he's back. So what are you gonna do? So we gotta switch Slaughter and Kofi. The thing that sucks, and the thing... I'll explain it right now. Look at the Wyatts. The thing that sucks is that member number 1 is the leader, but he's the tag partner, which makes no sense. Because if you have a team, that does make sense. But if you have a stable, Bray Wyatt is the third guy, but he should be the leader. And in the entrance, I swear that I fixed that, but apparently not. Anyway, the goal of this, is to try out the epic matches, and that's what we're going to be doing. Loads of news to get to today. Big Daddy V, dead at, I don't remember the age, I read the article, but heart attack. Big Daddy V, too bad. That guy was a mastodon. That guy was huge, and he was, I don't know, when he was Big Daddy V, I liked him. I liked him a lot. You know, it was entertaining to watch that mass of a human being run around the ring. It was very interesting. I don't know. It kind of scares me for guys like Big Show, guys like Great Khali, and, you know, just these guys who have been around for quite some time. I mean, with Big Daddy V, I was worried obviously because of its weight. With people like Big Show and Khali, that's gigantism. It just gets you really early. So, you know, it just makes me worry. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Death is death. So what are we gonna watch here? I'm not interested in Sheamus, Andre the Giant. Aries versus Goldust, I feel like could be a good match. We'll watch Ryback versus that one. Usos taking on the Wyatts, and the Usos lose. Oh no. That's an upset victory, apparently. Alright. And then we've got Eric Young and Owen Hart. Let's go here with the Canadians. Let's go with the Canadians. Let's talk about, well, I guess Eric Young is TNA. So let's start it off with TNA. We're going to watch this in Epic. We're going to test this out here. So let's talk about TNA. What's going on in TNA right now? Right now there is a power struggle between MVP, who is the mystery investor. The mystery investor is MVP! Flipping Mike Tenay going nuts when that happened. That was hilarious. And so now we've had MVP in the TNA Impact Zone for 2 weeks, and it's been pretty good. It's been very interesting. I like MVP. I'm an MVP mark. The dude is very smart, and I like that. I like that about him. Like, his Twitter is amazing. It's full of things that every human being should kind of strive to be. So I've always liked MVP, and I followed him on Twitter. And he's been in Japan for quite some time. And he got to wrestle, so that's good. He got to wrestle a little bit. You got Eric Young coming out to the ring here. I don't know how long this match is going to be, so I'd like to skip the entrances. And he is the mystery investor. He's also a wrestler. I don't know how they're going to transition him to being a wrestling talent from mystery investor. I don't know how that transition's going to come about. But they did say something about how about at Lockdown, the company will be on the line. Either I win and you lose, or you win and I guess you'll sign me to a contract. You wouldn't fire me, right? Like, I don't know, because they're not going to have him in for only a month and a half or something like that, will they? I don't know. But he brought in the Wolves with him, and I don't know. The Wolves, I don't know. It's like, I hear so much about them. But I don't know. They look generic. Now, their tag teaming is interesting. It's odd. Alright, so let's start the clock. 4:40. Their tag teaming is interesting, but I don't know. I'm not captivated. Like, they just seem like Paul London and Brian Kendrick, Evan Bourne and Kofi Kingston. They just seem like the generic, high-flying, quick, skinny tag team you know, that gets over for a little bit and then they go away. It's kind of sad that I'm saying that, but that's what it feels like right now. There's not enough personality there for me from them. Let's talk about Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud is probably one of the most interesting characters that TNA has ever brought in. I really like him. I like that he's almost like what is it, Jamie Noble. He's like he's like Jamie Noble done right. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine Jamie Noble coming out and being like this is like 10 years ago, obviously, like being a part of Evolution, Eric Bischoff, and Jamie Noble is like Eric Bischoff's stupid cousin or something. Instead of Eugene being his nephew, it should have been like Jamie Noble, and it should have been the Rockstar Spud gimmick, because it's just amazing. He's the chief of staff. He has a bow tie when he wrestles. His hair is unique. It's not appealing, but it's a look, and it's gonna get him over with being different. It's great. Rockstar Spud's amazing. I also want to talk about the Divas division is kind of nothing on there. I don't really care about the Divas in either division at the moment. I mean, AJ's good. And I have a thing for Oksana. I don't know why. I'm sure I've said this before, but I mean, just seeing her standing dominant, you know, over one of the Tyrannosaurus chicks. What's her? Oh, I forgot her name. Damn. Oh well, but she kneed her in the eyeball, and like right then it was like love at first sight. I was like, it's you. But anyway, Divas division in TNA is pretty much non-existent. It's whatever. It's what's her face with Lady Tapa, and Lady Tapa is probably the most interesting thing about the knockouts right now. I can't really think of anything else diva. Oh, I guess on TNA I wouldn't count this as a diva thing, but you have Velvet Sky, and she's supposed to wrestle this match, and she wrestles the match, but she kicked him in the knee, and then she kicked him again because she screwed up, and it was really good. And then she got destroyed by a new female chick. I think it was like the Great Muta, maybe. I don't know. I heard them chanting that, but I don't know. So that's kind of interesting. That's very good. And the thing I'm noticing in TNA is that even though they are a worse company overall, they don't get better sales, stuff like that, I find myself having more fun watching what happens, because I don't really know what's going to happen. It's very interesting. It's unique. Last week there was a Monsters Ball match. This week he unmasked, and he kind of like, I don't know, Abyss kind of said like, oh, I don't want to be like this anymore, I'm leaving for a little while. And that's a trend, isn't it? They're leaving. Oh my god, we'll talk about Jeff Hardy in a minute, but he's leaving, and Bobby Roode is leaving. And you know what? For the first time in a long time, I can say, okay, and TNA's going to be fine. TNA is going to be A-okay while you're gone. Because, I mean, the talent you have, Magnus is great. EC3 is great, surprisingly so. You've got the Bromans. You've got not really any knockouts, and I don't really care for them. So you have Bully Ray and Ken Anderson. They just got done with their whole shtick with the casket match. That was alright. I don't know, TNA is doing good things, and it's a shame because, right before WCW went out, they started to do good as well, and then they were gone. And that's kind of what I feel like is going to happen here. Eric Young going for the pin here. One. Not going to happen. So now I'm done talking about TNA. I don't think there's much else to say. I mean, it's great. It's great. I love that EC3 is jealous of Magnus, and that just because they're both bad guys doesn't mean that EC3 wants, what Magnus has. I love Bromance. Bromance has got to be probably one of my favorite tag teams around right now, besides the Wyatts and the Shield, of course. Bromance is probably number 3. Bromance. Yeah. I can't think of very many others, but I mean, obviously Shield is up top. Dean Ambrose is my idol. I love that Dean Ambrose. I feel like he is the next Shawn Michaels, and I feel like Roman Reigns is the next Triple H. Seth Rollins, next Kofi Kingston. No, because Kofi was never this interesting. Next, who was a good Intercontinental champ, but nothing ever else. I would say probably next Chris Jericho, maybe. He could probably be a next Chris Jericho. I could see that. And then you have the Wyatts, who Luke Harper, I feel like, could do something, but Eric Rowan, who knows? Who knows about him? And then you have Bray Wyatt, who, of course, is just, I feel like the next Undertaker, but to a, like, almost like a baby compared to what the Undertaker is now. I feel like the Wyatt is a great gimmick, and I like, the great thing about the Wyatt gimmick is that it doesn't seem like there's an end to it. As Eric Young goes for, I think it was a fireman's carry into a something, but the referee was in the way. Wow. Alright, and that was on Epic. That's interesting. That is interesting. Alright, well, maybe we will go for Epic then, an Epic match. Because Eric Young just beat Owen Hart. So, let me actually look at my settings. I remember changing my settings at the beginning of January, and I don't remember if I changed them back, and that could very well be it too, and it just hit me. Because I remember, like, let's see, my nephew was here, and, you know, fixing the settings. Let's see, maybe it's this. Maybe this could be the issue. Because I have noticed that in the past, like, month and a half, there's been a lot of, easy. Look at that. Oh my god. I lost as John Cena to Bray Wyatt on easy. We're done here. I'm too embarrassed. We're done here. Where was I? Yeah, so TNA's doing great. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw now. Let's talk about everything going on right now. Let's talk about Shield versus the Wyatts. And let's see what match we got coming up here for it. Alright, let's see. We've got Ryback versus the Great Khali for this Raw discussion. We'll put it on Epic and we'll try. I should have put the entrances off. My mistake. Oh well. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton losing pretty much in the gauntlet, and this is a great building mechanism. One thing I wanted to say about TNA is that one thing that I plan to use, this is like a spoiler, or maybe like sometime in the future, is whenever the crowd chants, "You sold out at a champion," like the one thing I would have said, if I was Magnus in that moment, I would have said, "You're right. I sold out this arena." And that's what I would say, and that's it. I would say, I sold out the arena, you paid your ticket, I sold this arena out. You're right, I sold out. And that's what I would go with. I would do a play on words. And then the crowd would feel like idiots, like assholes. They just got caught. But anyway, back to Raw. WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton losing pretty much into the gauntlet with everybody except Christian, I think. They're making Cesaro look like God, which makes me so happy, because at the Royal Rumble, when he came out and all he was doing was those European uppercuts, a lot of my brother's friends who I was with, they're the older generation, you know, the Attitude Era guys, and they're like, "This guy's stupid, get him out of here, he doesn't need to, look, another uppercut, he doesn't know what he's doing." And I'm like, that guy's gonna be your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, probably within a year, maybe two. He is gonna be the guy, trust me. Alright, let's start the clock. 13:50. We'll go 13:50 here. And Antonio Cesaro just looks amazing. And then Jack Swagger going after Big E's championship. The one thing I want to talk about Big E is that he seems to hurt a lot of people. He seems to bust a lot of eyes open, and I don't know how he does it. I don't get how the maneuver he does, which is like a kind of like a chest clothesline type thing. I don't know. It always busts a dude's eye open. It's busted Roman Reigns. It's busted Dean Ambrose, and now it busted Drew last week on, like, Main Event. So, Big E, calm down. I don't want you to be labeled an injuring machine, please. Let's see, what else do we talk about? WWE World Heavyweight Championship, the Elimination Chamber. I want to order it. I really, really do. Shield versus Wyatts is going to be a probably match of the year. I would say the only match of the year right now, for me, like the only match of the year contender, based on importance match and match outcome and match quality, I would say, is Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble. That's probably the best match of the year so far. So I've kind of mentally bookmarked it in my head. Now let's say Shield versus Wyatt 6-man tag team match. I feel like this could be the next inductee into match of 2014. This match is going to be awesome. I hope. Last time I said that, it was Rock versus Punk, and that didn't work out too well. So let's talk about other things on Raw. Let's talk about the crowd. Can we talk about the crowd for a minute? Again, they're during like boring matches, they start chanting CM Punk, and I have a problem with that, because I know you want CM Punk, but he's not. He will either come back or he won't. It's not gonna matter whether you chant his name or not. You know, I don't know. And if it were me, I would address it immediately and get it out of the way. And I would do it in a way that makes the fans feel stupid that they were chanting such idiotic chants. And like when they chant JBL and Michael Cole, they shut up pretty quick this week on Raw. But I don't know. It was just shut up. Obviously, they finally showed a little package on Emma. So now the people in the crowd know that, oh, when she dances, I'm supposed to dance. Okay. So instead of getting very little reaction, hopefully she gets at least some kids to dance, and then the parents thinks it's fun, and they dance. What we really need is that Emma sign from that NXT championship, when they had that cool-looking Emma, dance sign. That's what we need to be in the crowd, and we need to show it every single week, so people look at it, have fun, and dance along. Let's see, we've got the Biggie Langston thing, I've covered that. We've got the Tag Team Championships, New Age Outlaws, they're looking to go up against the Usos, and that's been fun. New Age Outlaws are good. I really do like them. It feels right, you know, what they're doing. Not a whole lot else, is there? Cena, let's see, Sheamus, Christian pretty much turning heel on Raw against Daniel Bryan. To be honest, Daniel Bryan I'm not really hot on anymore, you know? He's kind of faded off, ironically. I don't know, I'm the type of guy who doesn't like the popular person. You know, that's why I hate Cena. That's why I pretty much, you know, hate all of the good guys, like Sting, Jeff Hardy. Oh my god, we didn't talk about Jeff Hardy. Backtrack to TNA. Jeff Hardy is coming back to TNA as Willow, and it is creepy as hell. This dude. I'm worried about his mental health. It's very strange. First of all, his music is odd. Like, and I don't mean his theme music. I mean like all of his music. When you go and you listen to it on his websites, it's very strange. Ryback going to kneeing him straight in the sternum. When did we start this match? 13:50? It's been about 5 minutes. Okay. Been about 5 minutes. Great call, Lee attacking right back. Oh man. Ryback attacking. Ryback, oh. I'd say belly to belly suplex, but that's like a face suplex. There's a meat hook. Okay, well, epic, I guess, then. 1. Wow. You know what? Maybe it will make it more interesting. Because, like, I don't want them to be too long. That's my only issue. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He's marching. Going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. No, 2.5. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Great call, Lee. I think this would be a little more interesting. It would stop the nonsensical submission wins, right? Yeah, but TNA, Jeff Hardy is very, very odd. If I can get back on track here. Let's talk about my universe mode for a bit. I think I've covered all of Raw that I want to cover. There's not a whole lot else that I missed, I think. U.S. Championship, the Shield Wyatts, everything's awesome, so there's nothing to be said about that. The Real Americans, everything's awesome, nothing to be said about that. Okay, so, yeah, let's get on with it. Let's go to my Universe Mode Raw. And this is where the problem came in. I recorded Raw I recorded Monday Night Raw before Valentine's Day last week. Probably like either on Wednesday or Thursday. Most likely Wednesday, because I wouldn't have wanted to record the night before a busy night. So I recorded it like nearly a week ago. And I don't know, it just didn't click to me. I felt like the first 4 matches were awesome. I liked the outcomes of them, even though, I mean, I know a lot of you aren't in with Lady Tapa. I get that. But with the Divas, I have to try. You know, I've got to try. I'll probably drop them pretty soon, because I'm not really, although I am into the matches are most of the time quite good. Lady Tapa overcoming the odds of Tensai being at ringside was awesome. But, you know, it's just, it gets to a point where people don't like Divas, pretty much, and that's a shame. I mean, we've got Summer Rae, we've got AJ Lee, you know, and hopefully next year we'll have Paige and Emma, and, you know, it'll work out better. But, yeah, and another big problem I have with Divas is that I can't do promos for them, because, as my drama teacher always said, never have a man play a woman or a woman play a man, because for the most part, like 98% of the time, you're gonna get mocking. And that's what it's gonna come off as, is like you're mocking the opposite gender, because you don't really know what it's like to be them or to speak like them, but you're pretending and people can tell, and it comes off as mocking most of the time. Ryback reversing that choke slam there. So I don't really do promos for the Divas, and I guess that's where it really draws the line, right? I don't know. So the Divas are going to be an issue. What I want is, I've built Biggie Langston. Ironically enough, WWE is building him the same way I am, facing off against 3MB, actually 2MB right now, because Heath Slater's missing. But what's interesting is that I want to build Big E, but I also want to make it clear that Big E is friends with John Cena. Now, I want to clarify what happened at the main event of Raw. On Raw, by the way, that's it. That's about 8 minutes, 8.5, 9 minutes. Okay, all right. So we'll run SmackDown on epic matches. How about this? We'll do the epic matches on important matches. So almost every pay-per-view, every title and stuff like that. And then we will do small matches like in things like tag teams. I'm not going to do epic. I'll keep it the same way I've always been doing it. Austin Aries and Goldust is our last match here. So Monday Night Raw did have a bit some issues, and we're just gonna go normal because we've tested the epic, and I don't know how much time left I'm spending on this. Monday Night Raw did have some issues, and here's what I wanted to have happen, right? Because Big E, I wanted to be friends with Cena, but I also wanted that threat to be there, like, I'm still Money in the Bank. You better watch out. I will get you. I want to be WWE Champion. You're the WWE Champion. I've got a Money in the Bank briefcase. Let's go. Come on. So, what I wanted was Cena to confront the Wyatts in the backstage, in a brawl. Cena would take down Luke Harper. Bray Wyatt and Rowan would take down Cena, and then Big E would come in for the save and drive them off. That's what I wanted to have happen. And I figured, I could do a backstage brawl, 1-on-3. No, I can't. And then I would, edit it and stuff like that. But it just didn't work out. There was no real good way to do it. And I'm sure I could have thought of a better way to do it. But it was before Valentine's Day, and I was super stressed out from work. And, yeah, so that's just what it is. Monday Night Raw suffered. For the most part, the only thing I don't love about this universe mode is the Divas. I'm going to be honest, is the Divas. So, would we be opposed to destroying the Divas division? And I'm not saying managers. I'm just saying, for instance, Layla and AJ Lee would still be around. And Lady Tapa could be with the Usos. But what I'm saying is, would we be opposed to getting rid of Divas completely? Let me know in the comments, and we'll discuss it a little more. I'll talk about it during SummerSlam, and I'll kind of stay in character, hopefully, but who knows. And also, okay, never mind. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, because I do have plans, but I need to wait for certain things to happen. Anything else on Monday Night Raw? I feel like the other first 4 matches went well. I wasn't very clear as well, and I could have re-recorded this, but again, that Monday Night Raw, I was probably super lazy, and I didn't re-record it, but I remember it being a really jumbled up mess. I had to stop myself and then reiterate it later. I said something like, okay, so for the first match, it was Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn. Winner gets first dibs at the Spades, like, to try out. Okay, so they call it. So whoever loses cannot try out for the Spades. Alright? So Adrian Neville won that match, but he is not in the Spades. He still has to try out. And that'll be a future storyline. So I kind of took Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville's breakup, and I kind of turned it into a future storyline. Because I do like Adrian Neville, and I do like Sami Zayn. I didn't really care which one won, so I put them in a match. And that's what's going to happen. I also have great plans for Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has reached rock bottom. He can't win a match. He's broken up from his partner. He hasn't won a match yet on Monday Night Raw, I believe. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have Adrian Neville rocket to the top, right? We're going to have him rocket to the top with the Spades. He's with King of the Ring. He's with AJ Styles, possibly the next Intercontinental Champion. And then Adrian Neville is just going to kind of, learn the ropes from pros. And Sami Zayn is going to take a very far different road down 3MB lane, where he's jobbing out every week, and then he's going to get frustrated. And that's kind of what I'm going to do, like the Day of Two Lives, or what would it be? The best of both worlds, I guess, kind of would be the best of what I'm trying to say here. So you get Adrian Neville being, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, and then you have Sami Zayn. I've been struggling along the bottom. I'm the best wrestler. The fans know it, but I'm stuck with 2MB, and they just don't know what to do. So that's kind of what I'm working towards here. So we're gonna have 3MB. We're gonna have Spades, Goldust now trying to pin Austin Aries, and I'm hoping to bring in some TNA guys. Now that I'm watching TNA on a full basis, I'm gonna get who these characters are, how they talk, what they do, and I'm gonna understand them a bit better. And I will be able to bring them into my story mode. Another big question I do have is about the brothers, I forgot their names, not the Usos, I keep thinking Usos, it's not the Usos, the Briscoes, there we go. And the Briscoes, the only problem with them is I have no content to watch. I do, but I haven't yet. And then when I do that, after I review them, I will figure out a best storyline to bring them in for. Does that make sense? So I can't just bring them in. For me, I feel like for my universe mode, not only do I have to follow the rules, but... Oh, Austin Aries about won that match. I feel like I have to follow the rules to my own universe mode. So no manipulation. I'm going to bring in the Briscoes when it feels right. And that's it. And right now, at this moment, there's too much going on. It does not feel right. But there is a couple of stories that if something happens at SummerSlam and then something else happens at Night of Champions or something like that, I'll feel comfortable about bringing them in. But I don't want to do it now because I feel like it would fail, if that makes sense. Goldust going for the win off the final cut, and he kicks out. Anything else? Let's see. Usos, Tensai, they did fine. Lady Tapa did fine. Spades, NWO versus Spades. So I'll probably play around with that for the next month. NWO versus the Spades. Why not? We've got Hulk Hogan in there, so he's gonna make some tirades. If Scott Hall loses on Sunday, that's gonna cause some tremors. Scott Hall might have to come and actually work a week on Raw. And I am not taking Scott Hall off of the card. I'm not. He has not wrestled on my card at all. That's him, not me. And this is another thing. It's probably contributing to SmackDown being better. SmackDown is full of fighting champions. You have Kurt Angle as the WWE and World Heavyweight and United States Champion. You've got the tag team champions in the Shield doing well and awesome. And then I've got some really unique storylines on that show. Whereas on Raw, I've got divas, and then I've got champions who have been champions for the longest time in the world. So it feels stale. So I'm hoping at SummerSlam that things get shaken up a bit on Raw. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, Biggie Langston does have the briefcase, so there's the shining light there. You know, it could happen at any time, and I hope that it happens at the right time, if that makes sense. So, and I don't want it to happen on a stupid time. Like flipping, I simulate a match of John Cena's on NXT, and he cashes in then. That would be stupid. Alright, so here we go. We've got... Alright, so we're going to record SmackDown now. This is going to change, obviously. We had a bunch of matches for this already booked. We had the 6-man tag as the main event, right? Kurt Angle and the Canadian Destroyers, the Canadian Express, the Canadians, Bret Hart and Owen, the Hart Foundation. There we go. I'm stupid, I'm sorry. Haven't had my Pepsi yet. Kurt Angle and the Hart Foundation versus The Shield. So that's going to be a thing. And then they're going to have their separate matches at SummerSlam. We're also going to have the #1 contendership of the United States Championship. And that's going to be Zack Ryder versus Rey Mysterio in a ladder match. I think I also said something like Orton and Layla are going to do something. I think they've beaten Bo Dallas and AJ so much that I don't know if I want to continue that or not. We also have to deal with Yokozuna, Sergeant Slaughter, Kofi, and Samoa Joe, and Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. I mean, last week we had Samoa Joe be the final person in the gauntlet, which, again, like, I feel like SmackDown is the better show. The talent is just working out so well. So, I don't know, we'll have a lot of good stuff on SmackDown. It'll be a good go-home show for SummerSlam, and then we're building up to Night of Champions, which is... I always forget this. I'm sure it's SmackDown. Oh, whoops. Yes, so it's a SmackDown show. So it's going to be very interesting. And again, here's what I'm hoping for SummerSlam. I'm hoping for Kurt Angle to lose one or both of his championships. And I am looking for Raw to be totally changed up all the way. Like, I want different stuff. And then I'll probably get rid of Divas after SummerSlam. And again, that this is going to be from your comments, if you would agree to that or not. And I will say that of the comments, which is pretty much the feedback, everybody's pretty much in agreement that the Divas division is kind of stale. It's kind of, yeah, meh. And I agree. But I figured I would try with Divas, and I feel like I did an okay job. So we'll still have Diva managers, just probably not... And we'll probably still have Divas, like, matches, like manager versus manager type thing. But we will probably get rid of Divas as a whole pretty soon. So I don't... Yeah, I'd much rather have, like, an X division or something. I wonder if I can. Does anyone know if I can do that? Get rid of a Divas Championship. Customize calendar. Does anyone know? This show is not hosting a pay-per-view in the following months, right? Extended rivalries and championship matches will occur more often if they host. Okay, whatever. Oh, that's information. I want to edit, is what I want to do. Oh, there we go. Does anyone know if I can get rid of the Divas Championship? That's irritating, you know? So, I'm either going to have to get rid of a Tag Team Championship or a Minor Championship to make room for an X Division Championship, or some other thing like that. That's irritating. Well, we'll figure something out. I'm going to record SmackDown. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. My name is Derek D. Ginger King, and if I missed anything, please, let's see, Big Daddy V, rest in peace, my friend. Universe Mode Raw. I guess we can look at the news, but that's not going to really tell me anything, is it? Someone said these stats, and this is going, let's see, so the only champions have been Cena, but he was champion to start with, right? And then Hogan won it, I think at WrestleMania. I think I simmed, oh, I don't remember, but I don't know why Hogan was the champ. Wade Barrett, yeah, he gave it up to Ramon. Tons of Funk have been the only tag team champions right now. And since... Oh, it doesn't say. And then the Divas Championship has gone around so much that it doesn't really matter. We've got Friday Night Champions. We've got Del Rio started it out. Slaughter won it at Extreme Rules. Mark Henry won it, I believe, on a special SmackDown night or something like that, and it was pretty much a robbed victory. Slaughter is going to get his comeuppance for that tragedy finally here at SummerSlam. And Kurt Angle's been the world champ ever since. Dean Ambrose had it. He lost it to Bret Hart. Kurt Angle defeated Bret Hart for that championship. The Shield have always been champs. And the Divas division. So let's get rid of the Divas division. Let's switch one of the Intercontinental or US with a X division. And that's what my plan is for the second half of the year. I've rambled on quite a lot, actually. Money in the Bank, Biggie Langston, he still has to cash in. And there hasn't been a Royal Rumble guy yet. So it's very exciting. I'm actually excited that we're getting into it, you know. We're almost there. We're almost to the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go record SmackDown. I don't believe I've missed anything. If I have, put it in the comments and I'll try to address it. Derek D. Ginger King, checking out. If I can clear off